Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to our absolutely fantastic demonstration by our national championship team. From Burton College and Career in Rockwall, we are so excited that they are here to do their demo one more time, although we figured out that it's not only one more time, right? We're going to do it a couple more times since we raffled off some dinners last night, right? Is that what I heard? We raffled off some dinners last night, so they're going to have to do it all over again a couple more times, so we are excited to do that. We're going to go through the whole menu here. We're going to talk to the competitors, the chefs a little bit here about their experiences as we go along. So if you have any questions, we will take those at the end and have a little Q&A here at the end. So if you have anything, just hold those questions and we'll make sure we're going to ask them lots of questions at the end, right? Everybody shaking our heads, correct? All right. Yeah. So we're going to start down here. We're going to let them introduce themselves. They're going to tell them a little bit about themselves, their favorite cut of beef. No, I'm kidding. I won't make you do that. But tell you what, you're going to announce who you are. If you have your family here, you're going to introduce them really quick. All right, recognize them, and then we'll move on from there. All right, you ready? Go for it.
My name is Rachel Bristow, and I have my culinary family here, and they're pretty great, in my opinion. But yeah, I cook the appetizer, and this is Leighton.
Here you go.
So I'm the manager of the team. I make sure that
there you go.
I'm a manager of the team. I make sure that everybody stays on track, make sure everybody stays on time, and so that we can all get finished in a timely fashion with amazing food. So I've got my mother Carol here and my Aunt Linus here.
Good job, bud. All right,
Okay.
go for it.
My name is Presley Mann. This, again, my family's not here, but my culinary family's here. I make the entree, which is a Texas beef tenderloin, which is the best, honestly.
I won't say she's my favorite, but just kidding. You ready? You're not going to get close to her? You want the mic?
Yeah, just take it.
Okay, hi, my name's Ramsey Anderson. I'm about to be a senior at Rockwall High School. And then what else? Just
What you do.
Oh, what I do? I help everyone. I love that. Okay, so I am the master of the oven, which means I cook the lobster in the oven. I finish out the beef. I roast the onions, do her amazing mushrooms in the oven, cook Rachel's, I almost said tweel, rings, and cut some veggies up for everyone, and that's about it, so yeah.
My name's Maddie. I do the dessert for the team. I will be a senior next year. My family's here. I have my grandparents, my dad, my sister, and my mom all representing. Yeah, so.
Awesome. All right, great job. So let's get cooking, and I think y'all need to get started so that we make sure we finish. So if y'all want to go ahead, we're going to put
I know, but it's hot,
15
so I
minutes
don't
on the
want
clock. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We'll give you almost an hour. So you ready?
Yep.
All right, set, go. All right, so we're going to start cooking. We're going to start cooking here. We'll talk through it as we're doing the demo. Usually they're worried about me putting a microphone in their face, so they're actually kind of comfortable with that after 2 competitions. But when we go to national, did we have anybody that was there bothering you guys? No. Was there somebody with a microphone?
His name starts with an R, and he's standing right next to me.
No. At national, though, you didn't have anybody else, though, right? Huh? But at state, we're able to talk to him, so we're really fortunate, and I know I'm very fortunate to be able to be the MC for all the competitions and be able to spend a little bit of time with these really cool students, especially as my children have gotten older. My daughter is going to be a junior in high school, and seeing how she interacts and those kinds of things, and being able to spend some time with these young men and women, it's pretty impressive the things that they're able to do. So I know your families and stuff are very proud of y'all. If you have not had the opportunity to come to a Texas ProStart competition, here's your official invitation to come next year, okay? If you're an educator out there and you have not brought a team yet, here is your invitation to sign up for next year, please. But we truly need everybody involved, and we need you to come support, especially if you're a restaurateur out there. Obviously, you're looking for employees, future employees. We need you if you're a post-secondary school that's recruiting. We need you here talking to these students, recruiting them to your respective campuses to continue their education as we go along. So, let's do this. Presley, what are you working on now? What are you up to?
I'm working on my red wine sauce, which I just deglazed the pan. I seasoned my beef, and I was about to start getting my tomatoes ready.
Okay. So when we went to Washington, D.C., number one, how did we like D.C.?
It was so much fun. I think the team can agree, just going on the tours that we did go on, it was super cool to see the memorials and all of the history that is in D.C.
Yeah, pretty cool place to have it at, right?
Yeah.
Very cool, and I saw a bunch of pictures that y'all were doing tours, so it seems like you were pretty busy after you competed. Your chef, Chef Cody Hayes, he made sure that you got to where you needed to go and back. Was that correct, Chef? Hurting chefs, right? Hurting students, hurting chefs, it's all the same thing. Well, cool. All right, so where are we at down here?
Thank
You ready to tell them what you're up to?
Yes, I just finished small dicing an apple for Maddie's
I'm gonna
dessert
steal
plate
another
for her
jelly.
compote. And now I'm about to start cutting my
I'm also gonna
fennel,
steal a
which is for
tasting
my
spoon.
mango, fennel, and avocado salad.
Mango, fennel, avocado salad. Who wants to talk about the menu a little bit? Who's got some downtime? Who wants to talk about coming up with the menu?
Leighton.
All right, I'll come back to you, Leighton. You ready to go, man?
Okay.
I was always a little afraid of him though, because he had the timer and everything, and I'd come over and try to talk to him, and he'd give me that look. He'd be like, "Don't come over here now, fool. I ain't got no time for you." I'd run the other way. All right, you ready to talk about the menu a little bit though? You have it memorized?
I think so.
You don't have it? I was gonna say,
Yep.
you still got it memorized? All right,
Blanc is
go for
on
it.
top of my cooler.
So
For
on
lunch
the
on
menu,
top of my cooler.
our appetizer, we have the sesame crust ahi tuna with a hibiscus sauce, a wasabi sauce, and a mango fennel and avocado salad. And then for the entree, we have the Texas beef tenderloin, which Robert clearly loves. And then we have the red wine reduction sauce with a crab stuffed mushroom, which I'm working on right now. And then we have a cauliflower and potato mash, which Ramsey's doing at the moment. And she's also working on some other blanched vegetables for the entree. And then we have Maddie with her dessert making a white chocolate chai mousse with a turmeric mirror glaze, a ginger meringue, and a cranberry and pomegranate sauce.
It's about time. Good job. No, I'm just kidding. Way to go. Great job. That's a pretty impressive menu, right? I'm not sure I want to try to replicate it. That's for sure. All right, so we talked about the menu. We ran through what was on it, but how did we come up with the menu is a question that I want to pose to you. So who came up with it, kind of, and how did that process kind of go? And did it change a lot from the beginning to the time you went to DC for Nationals?
So for the appetizer, we actually changed directions completely, which Rachel can go into later on. We started with a coconut curry sauce, and then we went to a hibiscus sauce, and we rolled a fish, and then we just decided to do like a cut fillet of fish, and then the entree,
need it.
we originally did a beef Wellington. We had some issues with that, but it's okay. We decided to go to the tenderloin so that you could see the center cut of the beef. And then we added lobster, and we added onto it as the year went on and practice went on. And then my dessert, changed. The idea has always been the same, but we've changed the center of it from like a solid frozen ginger thing to a cinnamon apple, and then back to the ginger, but liquid, so when you cut into it, it oozes out. So there's been lots of changes from the beginning, lots of changes.
Lots of practice. Speaking of practice, how many? It might be a little hard to put into hours, but how many months do you think you practice this dish? You think?
When did I?
You started later than
Yeah,
us.
I started later than them. Yeah, here, let me put this up. Like at least
I think it was December. for
December. I
you.
joined like right before regionals. But when did you guys start? When did the team form?
Probably, was it right before Thanksgiving or right after?
During things.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
October? Yeah. So that many.
So just a few practices,
Well, we had 6 days a week
right?
from like 4:30, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, depending.
And Saturdays from 8 to
Yeah, 8 to 2 usually, yeah.
So parents, you saw them every once in a while then, huh? All right? My goodness. And there's other schoolwork too, right? There's that whole other stuff going on too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We all have driver's license. Are we all driving?
Not Rachel.
Is there a story behind this? Do I need to find out the story? Huh?
That was shady.
Are we just not interested in driving? Is that what it is?
No, I am. It's just last year with ProStart, I actually made the team. And so I didn't really have that much time to go to the classes and get my permit and everything. So I just decided to put it off. But I've been taking the classes now and I'm getting the hang of it. So
Very cool.
I'm learning.
You'll get to it, right?
Yeah.
If not, you got lots of friends that can drive you and take you home, and right?
Yeah, Ramsey drives me home, or she did drive me home every single day from practice.
Very cool. Very cool.
He's a
I know.
cool dude.
All right, so we're
I don't
cooking
want
right
it
along
to
here.
coagulate.
We're cooking right along here. Who wants to talk about the change, not the changes necessarily, but so when we left San Antonio, down at the wonderful St. Philip's College down there, when we won state,
Exactly.
what, did we make any changes going forward to national? What feedback did you get from
Yeah.
the chefs and the judges that you changed for national?
Well, one thing on the entree that we did change, it wasn't because of a judge's critique or anything, it was the lack of the judge's critique on the mushrooms, the crab stuffed mushrooms. So originally it was just kind of mozzarella, some breadcrumbs, some crab, and some butter, and some seasoning, and that was kind of it. But we really wanted to build on that. So we had all of those, but then we also added bacon and red bell peppers, lemon, dill, and some sauteed shallots and garlic, and they went from like, all right, to amazing. So that was another thing that we changed.
Okay, very cool. So we took some feedback. The judges didn't have too much that they wanted you to change going to national. I believe that's what I had heard for the most part. So, which is good if you'd have to do some small changes and some small stuff to go to national. How did we feel when we got there? Did y'all get a chance to watch the other teams a little bit and those kinds of things?
Well,
Did you get a chance at all?
Yeah, we didn't want to watch the other
let them
teams
know
and
that
psych
we were
ourselves
watching.
out. Yeah, kind of what Ramsey's saying. So we just wanted to focus on what we needed to do and what we needed to execute to win
Okay.
and to make Chef proud. So we didn't want to look at other teams and be like,
Sure.
oh, their stuff's so much better than what we're doing. And
Sure.
So we just wanted to do what we knew.
All right. So going into the award ceremony then, we may not really, you did, what was the feeling? Did we have a feeling?
We
or-
felt confident in what we did, but we didn't know what was going to happen.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so they start with the third place and go second, and then
They start at
first was
fifth place
fifth
and go to
place.
first. Yeah.
All right, so we got fifth, fourth, third, second. Did we start to get nervous?
We were
Did
nervous
we-
waiting, so
Like, no, they won. No, they won.
yeah, we were like, oh, it's not
And
us.
then the teams just started clicking off, and there was only one left.
And
right?
we were
And you
just
knew you had it,
hoping.
right?
No, we were hoping that we had it though.
Very cool. Great job. Well, while they're continuing to cook there, and they made a reference to their awesome educator, but before I introduce their amazing chef instructor and educator there, I want to introduce the amazing wife of the chef instructor that I'm sure feels like she doesn't see her husband, I'm sure, every once in a while. So we want to give some credit and make sure we give a round of applause to Amy Hayes here. Thank you for your support. We appreciate that very, very much. We know what it takes to lead this group and everything, so great job. We appreciate that. And then we will introduce and give a round of applause to Chef Cody Hayes, who is the educator of this wonderful team, the leader of the team. I know he's awful proud of these students. We'll let them come up here and talk in just a few minutes as we get along going, but we want to thank you, Chef, for your time and energy that you put into all of your students. And who wants to talk about Chef a little bit and maybe cry or something? Anybody want to do that real quick? Presley, you want to do that real quick?
Well, I'm not going to cry.
I can cry if you want me to.
You can
but
cry.
I'd rather have
No,
it come from
I'm not
you.
going to cry.
Go for it. Tell us a little bit about Chef.
Well, the first time I met him was my first day in culinary class my sophomore year, so I was terrified of him. And I walked in and I was the first person in class, and he was just sitting at his desk, and I was the most nervous I think I had ever been, because I was just excited to be in culinary.
Okay. All right.
But as ProStart went on, and now I'm a senior, now I just constantly mess with him, and he doesn't necessarily scare me unless he's angry.
What? And I'm supposed to punch you or something, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Who else was afraid of Chef when they first met him? Huh? What? Look at that face. I mean, how could you be afraid of him? Huh? Why were you afraid of him? But, a big teddy bear though, right? Now, right? Well, we won't ruin his image, so.
He threw my tail once.
Sometimes, huh?
What? Yeah, that's fine.
All right, he threw an apple? Is that what I heard? Huh? All right, non-driver down here. What do you think about your chef instructor? Were you afraid of him too when you first met?
At first, a little bit. The hair thing he's got going on with all the
Yeah.
gel is pretty intimidating. But as you get to know him, like you said, he kind of becomes like a teddy bear, and he's just like a dad figure to me in a way. And it's been a really good experience knowing him and learning from him and doing what I love, my passion with all these people, and especially him as an instructor. It's just been an amazing 2 years for me.
Very cool. Chef, you didn't know this was going to turn into a roast, did you? I got an idea. Yeah, we can auction off a roast of you. What do you think about that? All right, Layton, how about you? What did you think about Chef the first time you met him?
Well, I first met Chef probably before most of these people. Well, not before Presley, but I definitely met Chef before the other three, because I met him back in middle school whenever I got to go take a field trip to his class. And from there, I learned who he was. He was real sweet to us since we were a lot younger than most of his other students.
Yes.
So I didn't get the whole full experience of Chef. But
Yeah.
once I got into his class, once I got around him more and I got to see how he actually acted, it was pretty intense, but it was fun. But
So when you came on that middle school visit, did you know you wanted to be in culinary? I mean, did you have that feeling then, or?
I had the feeling kind of, but once I
put the
got
Verblunk
in
in here
there
for
and I
you.
saw what we were doing and I interacted with it all, it just solidified everything for me.
Hey, these turned
And
off
I knew
again.
that after that, that's what I wanted to do.
All right, Yvonne, so note to self, we need to do more middle school visits to high schools. We need to get them when they're really little, right? And get them up, right? Huh? Very cool. All right. So we doing all right?
Doing pretty
We
good.
got some beef going here.
Yep.
Smells much better now, right?
Of course. And it won't make you sick now.
All right, so how about this other guy, this Mike guy that you guys
Oh, we don't
sent
like
to
it.
Washington, D.C. also, right? Huh? So I'm pretty sure that I like to cheer for you guys, but I do know somebody else in here that really loves to cheer for you guys and has supported you guys throughout the whole. So can you talk a little bit about Mike and what he means to y'all and what he has done for y'all? So let's give him a round of applause as he sits right here. You ready? You got a mic.
Yeah, I know I do.
Go for it.
Mike is like, he's super nice, but really when he's with Chef, it's like good cop and bad cop, because Chef is like ripping us apart about not doing something right. And then Mike's like, this is the best thing I've ever had. So we always love when he comes to practices.
Okay, there you go.
But
So it's always good cop or good,
Bad cop,
bad
good
cop,
cop.
good cop. Okay,
Exactly.
so the roles don't switch now. Okay, all
Oh
right.
no, once.
Once?
It was a bad day.
It was a bad day.
It was
huh?
a bad day.
We all have those. That's okay.
What? Yeah. Yeah. When we're carrying the platters at practice, Mike's always like, he's like, we gotta make room, and he's just always there for us.
Very cool. Well,
And he's funny.
absolutely, huh? We appreciate Mike. We appreciate everything he's done for y'all in the ProStart program. So thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And we know you're not going anywhere, so you'll be here for years and years and years.
Forever.
As we defend our title next year, right?
Of course.
All right, so Chef, you need to come on up real quick, talk a little bit about the students, if you don't mind, a little bit about the program, where y'all came from, why the name change this year, and what happened to the program, and those kinds of things, and moving forward.
Can you guys hear me? No? Now you can? Okay. All right, so these kiddos all attend either one of two high schools in Rockwall ISD, Rockwall Heath High School or Rockwall High School. And then they are both high schools feed into the Gene Burton College and Career Academy. The culinary program used to be housed at Rockwall High School, and I started that program 9 years ago, and we've grown it from one teacher to 3 teachers now. So from 60 students to this past year, 300 students. And really proud of that accomplishment. And that's with a brand new facility with 2 classrooms, and then a full teaching kitchen, and then a student-operated restaurant. And even with going from a space of about 2,000 square feet to my current facility where I have almost 9,000 square feet, we still have to turn away kids that are interested in culinary arts. So the demand is there. We just got to get more people in the building so we can actually meet the kids' demand, so to speak. But yeah, this is the Gene Burton College and Career Academy. This year at the regional competition, it was kind of nice because all of the other chef instructors were looking for Rockwall on the list, and they didn't see Rockwall. They didn't know who Gene Burton was. So I kind of liked being able to blend in for just a little bit. It was nice to blend in just for a little bit. But yeah, I'll come over here and talk about Rachel just a little bit. Rachel came into my class the first day, and I thought she was really quiet, but
What
I
else
saw
do you have
something
left to do on the
special in
burner?
her, and her work ethic is just unbelievable. I will tell you, when we were last year, when we were having
Go ask
tryouts
Leighton, see
for
what he's doing.
the ProStart team,
Yeah, and see if
Rachel made the team for one particular thing that she said. And all she did was remind a fellow competitor to bring their wash bucket and their sanitizer bucket.
Didn't I yell out
That's
to the
all
whole
she did.
class
Yeah,
to like?
that's what she did. And I thought, I want to surround myself with kids that are willing to support anybody and everybody. So just that one little reminder made her stand out to me. So since then, she has been stuck with me, so to speak. So, and Leighton here, he mentioned that he saw me or met me for the first time when he was in junior high, but he also got to see a ProStart practice or run through when he was in. Were you a freshman? He was a freshman, and we were actually practicing at his dad's company, and I didn't even know Leighton was that kid I met until after he made the team. It took me a while to put the 2 and 2
beef is
together.
done, all I have to do is my lobster.
But really
But
glad
it
to have
has to
Leighton this
cook
year.
more.
He's done a great job. Great job.
I'm sorry.
And then we have Presley over here, who's been with me since like she said, a sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah, 3 years. So she normally gravitates towards desserts. So tell everybody what you made last year when we went to nationals.
Well, last year we made a coconut Bavarian cream with a passion fruit and mango mirror glaze. It had a lime jelly. It also had a raspberry schnapps center, which it was really good. Just the coconut and the raspberry and all of that.
Did Mike like your dessert?
No,
How come?
because Maddie's is better apparently.
Mike picks on Presley every day because he just raves about how much he loves the dessert that we're making this year. And Presley usually says, "Yeah, thanks, Mike. I'm still here. I'm here. I'm right here." So, hey, Presley, tell everybody what you're looking for when you're searing this beef, and then what temperature that you and Ramsey shoot for when it comes to the internal temperature.
Well, really on the beef, we want a nice crust on it so that you get a good texture and flavor when you eat the beef. So it's kind of a dark golden color is what I kind of want it at. And we also kind of look for the temperature to be at 135, which is about medium rare for us. Right now, I'm trying to cook it just by searing. We usually have an oven, but on these induction burners, we can't use our camper oven. So I'm going to let it cook a little longer on low heat so it does reach that proper temperature.
Do you remember when we were talking about seasoning beef and over seasoning and under seasoning beef? And we had a conversation, Presley and I did, about the star of the plate is the beef itself. It's not necessarily all the other seasonings or sauces or veggies that go on the plate. It's the beef itself. So talk to us about the changes that you decided to make going from the state competition to the national competition on this seasoning, and how you learned how to season a piece of beef.
Okay. Well, what we originally started out with, we had a seasoning mixture of onion powder, garlic salt, and white pepper. And really what I would do is I would just take the seasoning shaker and I would just shake it on and just cook it that way, but it never really came out consistently. And the onion powder and all of that wasn't really doing anything for it. It was just kind of muddling the flavor of the beef slightly. So we wanted to do something different, but we didn't really know what we wanted to do. We tried doing a coffee rub on it. We tried different seasonings. We tried different glazes on it, but it just wasn't really helping the beef in any way. But then we had Chef Patrick Mitchell come in, and he was just telling us just salt and pepper, and that's what made the beef taste so good.
Shine.
Yeah, and just let the beef do its thing, really.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Where's Ramsey? Oh, she's over there. All right, we'll talk to Maddie. So, Maddie, tell everybody what you're doing right now.
I'm unmolding my apples.
So it's a white chocolate chai mousse, and it's in an apple mold, and it's solid frozen right now, frozen solid. So she's patiently and slowly taking it out of that mold, and it's harder than it looks. I promise. It's pretty tough to get it out of that mold. So Maddie, tell everybody how much you love eating this dessert.
I've never tried it. It has pecans in it, and I'm allergic to nuts, so I've never.
She's never tried her national champion dessert before, ever, because she's got an allergy. So she's been missing out all year long. But Mike will always take her second.
And not
place,
mine.
right, Mike? Yeah. So Ramsey, talk to us just a little bit about the challenges that you overcame this year when it comes to making the mashed potatoes with the cauliflower, and then ricing them, and then also plating them.
Well, so at first we started out with cauliflower, like the whole head, and it was really hard to do in the amount of time and get it to have a nice, smooth consistency and not be waterlogged or gummy or anything like that. I use a ricer right now, but we went from the whole head of cauliflower to me chopping it up and measuring it out to not doing the cauliflower at all. What was that, regionals or state or something? Okay, and then we moved to me chopping again.
Lots of
during
chopping.
State. And then at nationals, we just ended up buying rice, or is it rice?
Chopped.
Cauliflower. Wash it, sanitize.
Yeah, we had obviously there's a time challenge. So that's one of the things that we all have to problem solve together, and figuring out how we can all make a delicious potato cauliflower mash.
Yeah.
But it's about the timing. So that's a challenge that was the challenge for Ramsey this year. And she would, cauliflower and then the potatoes, they cook at different rates too. So she found that her mashed potatoes were often, what were they? Ramsey.
Rams.
They were often what?
A waterlog, yeah.
Yeah, they were often waterlogged. So she had to do a lot of trial and error and timing to get it figured out. But she knocked it out of the park. So really proud of you, Ramsey. So.
I'm gonna go sit down there next to Mike and your wife, and we'll let's. No, I'm just kidding. So, great job, chef. We'll get them going here. They got about 10 minutes or so. That's what I'm talking about. I want to
I don't
explore
have
a little bit
anything
more about never tasting this dessert down here, huh? So, what do you think it tastes like?
Just
What
set
do
it
you
down.
can you
Just set it
describe
down.
what it tastes like? What do you think?
Okay, so I've tried the mousse before I put the pecans in, and I like the mousse. And I've tried the center, and I like the center. I've just never had the combination.
That's pretty cool, though, to be able to national championship winning dessert, and we've never tasted it before. That's confidence. That's what I like to see.
Mike's tasted it before.
Well,
I didn't know
I think
if you
Mike's
knew that.
tasted it more than once, from what I understand. So 120. We're getting close.
Very close.
We're getting close. You got 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes. I'm kidding. See, they don't even pay attention to me anymore. Huh? Did they tune you out, Chef, like they tuned me out? Okay. Just want to make sure.
They turned off.
Kind of like my teenager. I understand. All right. Lobster in.
Lobster in.
Okay. How long are we going to cook the lobster for? And what temperature are you
Until
trying to
it's
get that to?
145.
145.
145.
And how do you know it's 145?
You temp it out with your thermometer.
You temp it out. Such a novelty thing, right?
know.
Huh? You would be amazed at how. At all the competitions I go to, right?
Yep.
Got to temp it out. All right. So dessert, we're going. Steak, we're getting ready to plate. I see some other vegetables and stuff over there getting ready. We're reaching now for those.
No, he's making meringue.
Check back over here. All right, so who wants to talk to me about ProStart? Kind of what it's meant to you, what it's meant to your schooling and confidence and all those good things. So can you tell me a little bit about what ProStart's done for you?
Well, ProStart is something that I heard of my sophomore year. And I remember the day that Chef asked my first year class who would like to try out. And my little shy self was sitting in the corner like, no, I could never do that. What's wrong with you? And then something in my head just switched and I raised my hand. And I don't know why I did. I was the shyest person I knew at that point in my life. I don't know. But I did.
Okay.
And then I made the team, which
Maddie, how are you doing?
is something that I didn't think I would do. I thought with the other two first years trying out with me, I thought that one of them would be chosen. But because I did that one thing that Chef just said, I made it. And I've gotten so much further in my life than I ever thought I would. And I'm so young. And now I already have my college paid for. I don't know. It's just crazy. It means everything to me. This is what I love to do, and getting my college paid for to do it is amazing.
Very cool. Hey, very cool. Got me all choked up now back here for crying out loud. We need to get that on camera, by the way, so we can, Great job.
Thank you.
All right, so that's what ProStart means, right? And so that's why we all volunteer. That's why we all work. That's why the chef instructors do what they do. It's why the Education Foundation does what they do. All about this. It's not all about the competition. We love the competition, and we couldn't be any more proud of the students from culinary and management that you'll see up here tomorrow. But the curriculum, the students that go through the program, the students that compete all over the state.
So little Grady. Keep going.
That's what ProStart is all
It just
about.
turned off again.
And I know at the Beef Council, we're obviously committed
You have to
to
whisper.
education and being here for these students. And we know a lot of other companies are also in that boat with us
I
too.
guess
So,
I'll go ahead and click myself.
all right, so how are we looking now? We're starting to smell good, right? Y'all smell that a little bit? Starting to smell good? How's
Smells
that feel?
really
Can
good.
y'all see all right? Besides the contamination of this fish next to the beef, it's okay? I'm just kidding. All right, so we're moving right along. We got about 7 or 8 more minutes to go. I think we're going to be done, right?
Of course.
Okay. 7 or 8 minutes to go, and then we're going to take some questions. So y'all get your questions ready for everybody here. All right, so we asked her your ProStart story now. You got time to talk about it a little bit? What it's done for you? I can hold the mic while you're talking, all right? You ready?
How are you doing, Ren?
So ProStart for me was something I heard about a little after, I heard about it for a while since Mike used to work for my
We have
father's
7 or 8
company.
minutes, so you can
So
probably
I
go
heard
ahead
about
and
it quite a
start.
bit growing
Oh,
up.
your math.
And so as I was learning about it and all that, I decided that sounds really cool to do. But at the time,
Okay,
I was
it's
really
there.
focused on baseball.
It's good.
It's there, it's good.
Yeah, will you take that down? Then you can start
Yeah.
cooking your veg.
But then once it
That
came around
needs to
for
rest.
tryout time, I decided to try out and go ahead, just to see if I'd be able to make it. And during tryouts, I would look around at everybody else and everybody on all their stuff. I was like,
Tomato
man,
pan?
this is gonna be really hard to make
Tomatoes.
this.
What else do you
I
need?
tried really hard. And I was super surprised when I got the email that had my
Okay,
name
go
on for
see
the
if
final
Rach needs
5.
anything, or Maddie.
And from then
Yeah.
on, I've been trying
How
to
are
work
you?
my butt off to prove that I did deserve to be there. And after I made the team, I decided to quit baseball and pursue this as my main career path.
Hey, you want to clean this up?
Very cool. Who needs baseball? Forget that. How it's cooked, right?
Just like around the
That's
side.
pretty cool. Awesome.
talking about the sauce.
All right, so we had Chef come up here and talk a little bit, so I think we should probably let Mike
I poured it and it was like
take the mic for a second and talk a little
and then
bit,
it
right?
goes.
I think so.
Yeah, look, he's down there. No, come on up here real quick. You get a chance to tell everybody what these students mean to you and what the ProStart experience means. And are you sure you need a mic? Because
Oh, I don't need a
no,
mic.
I'm kidding.
Actually, I really don't need a mic.
No, talk. You don't want to.
Well, these
Hey,
kids
do you
are
know
like
how
my
much time
family
we
now.
have?
I mean, Chef is like my brother. I love
need to do
doing
my
this.
fish.
I was very fortunate. My first ProStart competition, I was just asked by the TRA
Can you grab it?
to
the
be
biggest
a
one?
volunteer to be a timer, and I was blown away that these high school kids were
I'll get it.
producing these plates and stuff. It was shocking
How are
to
you?
me, and I've
I need
been
my vegetable
hooked ever
oil.
since.
Hey, Rims.
Chef had a funny story. He said, "Who's this weirdo?
Grab
you know,
my
bugging
vegetable
me
oil.
to
First things
be a
first.
part of it." I picked Rockwall just because my daughter went there, and
Make sure they're just
we've
Yeah.
done it.
That's
We've
what I'm
loved
watching
it
of.
ever since. It's been a blessing to me. I'm very proud of these students. I'm very proud of our record.
Yeah.
All the kids
We'll
that
be
we've
good.
gotten into
How are
college
you, Maddie?
that
You might want to get your fish.
programs
You doing
pay
good?
for their education. It's been
Do you need a
it's
strainer?
been amazing. It's been great.
There's an
I'm
extra
very
strainer in
honored
the
to do
Lexus
this,
if you need
and
it.
I hope I do get to do this for as long as I possibly can. I love it.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, my friend. So lots of mentors out there, right? So if you are in school, I know, in a competing school, I know most of y'all have some chefs and industry folks that come and help you out. But if you are in industry and you are a chef or you're someone that works in food service, you need to make sure you are contacting your local ProStart program through your chapter, the Texas Restaurant Association Education Foundation, and helping these kids out, and helping the instructors out. Mentoring is so important, as y'all know, to where we've gotten in our career, and we want to pass that down because that's what we do. So in the hospitality industry. So we got 6 minutes left to go here. So we got 6 minutes left to go. They said they're going to finish on time. If not, Chef Hayes is going to get
Okay.
up here and yell at somebody, I think, right? Isn't that what we said? Huh? All right, so 6 minutes left to go. 6 minutes. We're going to finish on time. So at Nationals,
I need to get my pan on now.
did we finish right on time? Where were we at?
We had about 15 seconds.
You had 15 seconds left to go. Plenty of time, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Veg
Did you
is
have your
good.
station all
Potatoes
cleaned
are on
off
direct.
and all that good
Uh-oh,
stuff?
it turned off.
or- Yeah, very cool. So the difference between, let me go over here
Here.
and talk to you.
Here, I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine.
So the stress level, a little bit between state and national. What was y'all's feeling? Did you feel like the competition was ratcheted up just that much more? No? Didn't feel any different? You tried not to. Did y'all get a chance to afterwards? I know you didn't during the competition, but did you get a chance to meet some other people and talk to some other students? Nevada, we like Nevada. They were cool. All right. Nobody else? Oklahoma? No? No?
Well, since I started Sullivan, I'm now friends with somebody
What,
who was on the
Kentucky?
Indiana
And
management
the
team.
other one, cool. But y'all got to hang out with the management team, right? Got
Of
to know them a
course,
little bit,
we
right?
love
There they
them.
are. Woo!
Yeah.
Do we need anything on here?
No, we don't. We're good. You good?
All right, so we're about to finish up here. And so now that they're getting close to kind of being stressed to finishing, I think we'll probably ask them a couple questions from the audience as they're trying to finish. Who's got a question? Anybody? Family members, questions? Anything? Management team, you got a question for anybody up here? You got a question for them? Huh?
Is that good?
Do they love doing what they do? Do y'all love doing what you do?
Yes.
Is that even a question?
All right.
That looks good.
So speaking of that, what do we want to do with our lives?
Here's this.
No, just kidding. What do we want to do? So we're already in college over here,
Of course.
right? So we're already in Kentucky at culinary school, right?
Not as good
No.
as Texas.
Not as good as Texas.
Not as good as Texas.
Yes, we don't want to repeat. We're gonna repeat.
No, sauce
with the
is not
rest. So Kentucky for a couple years, back to Texas, and then what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna go get my bachelor's in Denver at Johnson & Wales.
You're gonna go Johnson & Wales.
Yeah.
I'm getting her close to getting back here in Texas. Okay, so we went to Kentucky, now we're in Colorado, now we're gonna come south, right?
Of course.
We're gonna come to Texas, and then what are we gonna do when we're done with all that?
Work in the industry for a while. Save money since I want to open up my own restaurant.
Okay.
After that, I kind of want to be a master pastry chef and a master chef.
A master pastry chef. Good for you.
Oh.
Huh?
Carrot after she goes?
Yes.
But you cook the steak so well, forget the pastry thing. Huh?
And then I need
All right, 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes, y'all. 3 minutes. Let's plate it up. Let's finish it up.
If you want. Oh, never mind. We're blow torching it on there. Okay, these are almost done.
All right, Leighton, what are you up to?
Do you
what are you
want
working on?
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Just searing Rachel's fish right now before she takes over.
Blow torch on. That was
What are you
loud.
going to do with the fish once we're done? Or explain that dish to us. Explain
here.
the fish
And then
dish.
put that on Madison.
Well, this is an ahi tuna, and I seasoned it with
No,
kosher
sauce
salt and
before.
regular
We'll do
black
that.
pepper, and of course
Okay,
coated it in
tomatoes.
black and white sesame seeds. And after that, I'm just gonna slice it with my fancy knife, and then plate it.
This dish, was this on the menu from the beginning? Did you have to change this at all or do anything different?
Actually, we started out with a sea trout at first, but then pretty soon after that, we switched to this ahi tuna because the sea trout was really inconsistent within the recipes. No matter how many times we tried it, it just didn't work out the same every single time.
So the tuna just a little bit more consistency with the product and stuff? Okay, great. And how many times do you think you've cooked this?
More than I can count.
Here's the beef.
Have you ever not cooked it perfectly?
Yep, and I'll fix it. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ah, no.
There are
That's,
paper
we don't
towels
say
under
that.
the station too.
I mean, it's part of learning.
There you go. There you go. All right, 2 more minutes. We got plates. Where are the plates at? We got to start plate?
Yep, we're putting the lobster on, and then we'll put the salad on top too.
Okay. Our
Yeah.
beef is cooked perfectly.
Right there, perfect.
And then the salad's right here, Rams.
All right, so entree just about done.
Rach, how are you?
Dessert's ready to be built
Good.
over here.
About to plate my fish.
How are you, Gina?
Good, team.
That was too much. Too many mics.
Hey, do you want to do the salad?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to help Maddie.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want it clear?
Yep.
All right. All right, 2 more minutes. 2 minutes. On the arbitrary clock that I have up here in my head. 2 minutes. And I'm excited because I actually finally get to try a little bit of the beef that y'all have cooked
The best.
in front of me all the time here, and I never get to try anything. So I'm excited to finally get a sample.
The tuile? Oh, okay. So the tuile was a very long process to try to get right. Yeah. Just because it was very inconsistent with the original recipe that we did have. We originally did a tomato tuile and like a shark fin shape on the plate. We were never really super happy with that. That was just something that we were like, it's a cool shape. It works. But then I think after state, we just wanted to get something that was way more consistent and tasted really good. So we did end up doing a more basic recipe too to make the tuile that we have now. And I made this tuile so many times to get it right because it was a new recipe. Yeah, just a million times. I mean, but yeah, it's so good now. And I can probably make these in my sleep since I've made them so many times.
Absolutely.
Do you want to try some of these beef?
Yes, I will in just a minute, though. So at National, did they give you any feedback afterwards? Was there a feedback session?
They said that it was too good.
They said it was too good.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that guy over there. Here's one of the mentors of the team right here, Chef Patrick Mitchell. Say hello to Chef. We were holding out for you, Chef. We're glad you came over. Huh? All right, so we got 30 seconds left. Can we put some pressure on them? What do you think? Huh? Yeah.
What?
Chef, you going to hang out for a second? We're going to ask you a question here in a minute. All right, so 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, 40 seconds. All right, 40 seconds. No, that's good. Where are we at?
I'm
This
not
dessert finishing up?
You good?
Hey, y'all, how beautiful is this plate right here, though? Are you kidding me? Huh? That is a beautiful plate. Rachel, how we doing?
How are you, Ren?
Give me those scissors.
Scissors?
Little sesame
Watch
seeds
out, Maddie.
always get everywhere.
Those little sesame seeds running on you?
Yep. Every practice. Gotta
Right.
develop steady hands to get rid of them.
No shaking, right? All right. So we're finishing that tuna up.
And pepper.
Main plate is done.
Hey, clear up Maddie's steak.
We're going to finish up our dessert. We're going to put 40 seconds back on the clock. Just kidding. They deserve not to have to finish exactly on time after all the times they've had to finish exactly on time. So we're going to finish that up. Hey, Chef Patrick, come here for a second. So we're going to ask Chef Patrick a little bit about mentoring, right? And I talked a little bit earlier with Mike about our industry folks and chefs mentoring our students in our ProStart program. So Chef had an opportunity to go over and work between for state too, right? Regional to state, or at state to national, right?
Nothing until after states. I was a judge.
That's right, that's right. So between state and national. So Chef's going to talk a little bit about that experience. Good?
Well, thank you, Robert. So, it was a great experience. And for me, it's really nice I've competed all over the world, so I've had some great opportunities
Are you good?
to compete. And at some point, somebody has taken me under their wing. So now it's my turn to give back. And 40-some years of competition in the industry, it's very, very rewarding to work with these students that once they win state, and I've done this for several years now, and there was another school that went on to national that I coached a little bit, but I've worked with these folks, I think, the last 3 years. And, I was having a conversation with Chef Cody and one of the students, and we're talking about depth of flavor in the tuna sauce, I think, the hibiscus sauce. And she was saying, I think it needs this, it doesn't have enough depth of flavor, this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden, I kind of came out of this dream, and I thought, I'm actually having a conversation with a high school student about depth of flavor in a sauce. And, that's amazing. And it's a testament to what you're doing with these students to get them thinking that way and to look at the future of the industry. And that's who this is, really. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for allowing me to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef.
Do you want to say something about
Appreciate you, man.
mental?
All right, so 30 seconds, right? No, I'm just kidding. Are we almost done?
Yes.
We got dessert, we got entree. We're just working on this.
Don't stomp. Or it
Don't
will
stomp.
fall.
It might move something. You're gonna move that plate over there so we can get a really good picture of it over.
Yes.
All right, here we go. So we'll do it. We'll do 3, 2, 1.
Hands.
Hands up. There they go. They did it. Woo! All right, so who wants to go out and explain real quick all the dishes? Who wants to? You want to do it? Go for it.
We'll do it again.
So just do it real quick again. Just tell everybody.
So our entrees here, we have the sesame crusted ahi tuna with the purple hibiscus sauce, the green wasabi sauce, the sauteed asparagus, the wonton ring, and our mango fennel and avocado salad. And then for our entree, we got the Texas beef tenderloin, our pan seared lobster, our crab stuffed mushrooms, our cauliflower and potato mash, red wine reduction sauce, and our assorted vegetables. And then for our dessert over here, we have the white chocolate chai mousse glazed in the turmeric mirror glaze with a ginger meringue and a cranberry and pomegranate sauce.
There we go.
All right. We did it, right? How about a huge? What's that? Yeah, we'll come down there in just a second. I'm going to give him a round of applause first. Oh, whoa, hold on.
Whoa.
How about a big round of applause for your 2019 ProStart National Champions Culinary. Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you.
We're so proud of y'all. Great job.